welcome back to my channel. In this video I am sitting outdoors. It is beautiful out here. It has been gorgeous the whole entire day. It's clouding up now a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna rain. If it does, we'll just, that's the way it goes. But I just thought that I would sit out here and chat with you guys about something that is very relevant in today's I guess health situation or health crisis with not having enough coverage and insurance and all of this. So we're going to be talking about a company that I discovered online, just doing my research. Actually, I didn't discover it. Someone told me about it, and they said that I should go ahead and go up to this website, register for prescription discounts. So let's get into it, and feel free to chime in as far as put your comments in the comment section below on if you've ever done this or how you're going to do this or if you're going to do this. But I wanted to go ahead and do my thing and experiment with it before I came on here to let you guys know if it worked or not. Okay, so full disclosure, I don't have anything to do with this company. I don't know them from Adam. I was just suggested to go to this company for some health insurance discounts. Okay, so I am on a health insurance plan, and I don't want to name names, so I'm not going to name names, but I'm on a health insurance plan through my company, okay? And the entire family is on that health insurance plan through the company that I work for, okay? My son, who is a type 1 diabetic, obviously needs insulin all the time, 24/7, all the time. That's not a question. That's not something that we can not give him or hold back on or throttle down with. He has to have his insulin, right? In the past, with my husband's health insurance, it used to be where I would pay something like $35 or $40 a month, and I would get a month's supply of the insulin that my son needs. And by a month's supply, I mean 4 vials. So 4 vials of Humalog that my son needs for his insulin pump, for it to go through. That's what that's what the doctor would prescribe, and I would go every single month to the pharmacy. I wouldn't do mail order because I never trust insulin being mailed out because of the temperature fluctuations. Okay, if it's winter time, it could be too cold for the insulin as it's traveling in a parcel. If it's too warm outside for the summer months, I just personally don't feel like it might be adequately insulated with ice or whatever as it's going through the mailing system. So I go ahead and pick up my son's insulin. I have done this for years, for about 13 years now, to the pharmacy. On a hot summer day, I have been known to take a cooler, an actual lunch bag or cooler, and put the little ice packets in there, and then get the insulin as soon as I get it, put the bag into the lunch bag with the ice packets on it, and then drive like crazy, drive home. Here in Atlanta, it can get pretty hot. So we're talking about, close to 100-degree temperatures in the summertime. And even with my air conditioning going full blast in the car, it can get very hot out there. So anyway, that's a little background story on, health insurance and all of that. Fast forward now, when I have this new health insurance plan, we quickly realized that insulin, the Humalog vials, are not what they call a tier 1 prescription. They're a tier 2 prescription. And being a tier 2 prescription, for some reason, this particular health insurance company does not cover it until you meet your family deductible, which is $4,000 for us. Okay, so basically we have to pay full retail full retail for insulin, Humalog insulin, up until the time that we, in combination as a family, get $4,000 of health insurance paid, whether it's prescription or going to the doctor, healthcare service. $4,000, that's the cap, and then the insulin will kick in to be at, I think, $35 a month. Okay, that is quite a lot of money to shell out as a family, every year to meet that deductible. It's quite a lot. The shocking factor was when I went to get my son's insulin this last year and this year. Well, this year going on, but last year as well. I was shocked at the price. When we went to pick up the 4 vials of insulin, it cost, well, my husband called from the pharmacy because he was in shock and he didn't know what to do. It cost over $300 a vial. So 3 times 4 is $1,200 plus tax. It was something like I think it was $2,100 when it was all said and done for 4 vials of insulin. And you're talking $1,200 plus dollars every 30 days. We're not talking that that's it for the rest of the year. We're talking every 30 days until, of course, you meet your $4,000 deductible. So we're talking, about 4 months of paying out of pocket for the insulin for $1,200 till we meet the deductible. We only bought 2 vials for my son that day, because I had enough on my HSA card, and that's another one, your high, what is it called? High Health Savings Account, HSA, Health Savings Account. They take it out of my paycheck every 2 weeks, and then it goes, into a bucket, and then you get like a little credit card or debit card, and you go with that, and you get your prescriptions, or if you go to a doctor's office. So I had enough on there to cover 2 vials. I didn't have enough on there to cover for 4 vials. So I told my son, you will get your insulin, don't worry, for the rest of the month. I just need to have 1 more or 2 more paychecks where the money's coming out of my paycheck to bump up the health savings account to have enough money there to cover the insulin, okay? And I called, don't get me wrong, I called my health insurance plan. I called there's a nurse's advocate number that I can call. I called around, I tried everything, and I told them we used to not have to do this for the insulin. It used to be covered up front. It used to only cost $35 a month with my husband's health insurance plan, another company, I might add, not the company we're using right now. And we don't understand what changed. Why is this so hard, to understand that people need insulin? This is not a question. This is what are we supposed to do? And they were very sympathetic. However, their policy was that the insulin was not a tier 1 or initially covered prescription, that it had to meet the deductible in order for the discount of $35 a month to kick in. After the deductible was met, they had no problem of, giving my son the 4 vials of insulin for $35. No matter what I did, what I said, I couldn't appeal it. That was it. Okay, that was their policy, and that's the way they were going to do. So, the nurse's advocate actually gave me this idea. She said, "Have you heard about a company called GoodRx?" And I said, "No, I haven't." And she said, "Well, go online, go to their website, punch in any prescription that you want, and they'll let you know certain drugstores around your neighborhood that give you a special discount against that prescription." So she looked up, actually while we were online, she looked up Humalog, and she looked it up under the GoodRx website, and I'll put it's goodrx.com. I'll put it down here so you guys can do the same if you want. And it's free, by the way, to join. You just have to put in email address and of course your password and certain information, and then they'll, then you work with it. Anyway, so she put in Humalog, and it went literally from 300 and something like $313 at Publix is where we buy it, down to about $174 a vial. Now, still not great, but a heck of a lot better than $313 a vial. So it went basically down from $1,200 and something dollars a month to about a little over 600 and something change a month. That goes a long way against my health savings account. So, if I have $1,000, let's say, on my health savings account, I can get a lot more vials, for my son against that number. So I went through the process. I signed up for it. You get a card, a group number, and let me see, I have it over here. It's on my little key fob here. You get a member number, a bin number, a group number. There's a customer, phone number that you can call, a pharmacist questions, phone number. And I'll put my hand over my member number so you guys don't see it, but this is what you get. It's like a little key fob, so that's what you get. And you also get a full card. It comes in the mail. It does take them quite a while to send it out, because I've had this group for about two or 3 weeks now, this membership, all right? But you get to print out your group number and membership online immediately. There's like a paper, you can just print it out on your printer, and also there's an app, so you can download the GoodRx app, and if you log in with your email and your password, that GoodRx app will have your group number and your membership number and everything on there loaded on, so you can basically go to your drugstore and show them the number, and they punch it in, and you're good to go, okay? Oh, do you hear that? I think there's a squirrel behind me. Oh, there he is. Do you guys, I don't think you guys can see it, but there's a squirrel right behind me there. He's clucking away. It's so cute. So adorable. He's just sitting there. So anyway, I did all that. I went online. I registered. I got my group number. But there was one thing. GoodRx was not good at Publix. They were good at Kroger. They were good at Walgreens. They were good at CVS and Costco. There's a number of them. In fact, hold on. I've got the sheet over here. Let's see. Where did I put it? Did I get the wrong one? I guess I did. They're good at CVS, and it says CVS and a number of other places. Yeah, Kroger and CVS and Rite Aid and Walgreens and all of that. So I don't think I bought the right letter out here, but let me see if I have it. Nope, I don't. Sorry about that, guys. But there's substantial savings if you go online and you type in your prescription name and then how many you need or whatever. They will let you know. They will kind of list out all the names of the drugstores in your neighborhood, in your area, and what the daily rate is. So they're all competitive within a couple of dollars of each other. So long story short, we had to jump through hoops, and we had to call our doctor immediately and let them know that we are on this GoodRx, and for them to send the prescription of the insulin from Publix to Walgreens. So we did that. That went okay. That went well. And my husband went to pick it up. We got 2 vials, and we spent like I know exactly what we spent, $346 for 2 vials against the GoodRx. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky, and this is why I'm up here on this video talking to you guys, because I'm going to educate you on how to do these loopholes, okay? So we paid for it with the HSA, card, but the pharmacist said either you pay for it, either I post it against GoodRx, which I have no problem doing, and you get your discount, or you use your insurance, but I can't do both. And I'm like, well, okay, but it's going to meet the deductible, right? And he had no idea. So I went online, and there's like a live chat, and I told the insurance company what's going on and what I'm planning to do, and they said, yeah, we'll put it against the deductible, because what I wanted to do was I wanted to take that amount, the $346, and apply it, be able to apply it against my annual family deductible. That was the whole thing behind, A, not spending that much money, but B, getting it up, getting it applied. And that was the challenge overall, because it took a lot of effort for people didn't really know how to go about doing this, okay? One chat customer support person said, oh yeah, it's automatic. It just goes right through the pharmacy. You don't have to do anything about it. Just use your GoodRx card, use your HSA card, and it will automatically be applied to your deductible. So there I am waiting for better part of a week, and I'm going online to my health insurance website. Oh, there's some gnats here. Health insurance website, and I'm looking every single day to see if it's being applied to my annual deductible, and it's not. It's the amount is still the same, okay? And I called this time. I didn't do the live chat. I called them. And finally I got a nurse's aide that was very helpful, and she put me online, and she talked to a number of like the supervisors and people that were in charge. Bottom line, she said, okay, it will apply to your deductible. That's the good news. The bad news is whoever told you that it's automatic didn't know what they were talking about. It's not automatic. What you will need to do is you'll need to go back to Walgreens, and you will need to ask them for a like a statement, like a printout of your of that prescription. And there's a form that you need to go on the health insurance site. You have to fill that form out, attach the prescription to the form, and that's just Biscuit barking, don't worry about him. Attach the prescription to the form and snail mail it to the health insurance company, and then they will go ahead and review it. It's basically like a benefits claim. That's what it is. It's a benefits claim. But you got to do it by hand. You got to sign off on it, and then it will apply to your benefit. They'll have to go through the system. It has to go through the system. So that's what I did. I asked my husband to go back to the, actually no, I stopped at Walgreens that evening after I talked to the health insurance nurse lady, and I told the pharmacist what is going on, and he kind of understood, but he said, okay, well, what do you need from us? Because I can't apply it to your insurance. And he reiterated again that it's either GoodRx discount or being applied to the health insurance, not both. I said, no, keep the GoodRx, do the discount, that's fine, but we just need a printout that that we bought this from our money, and we need it, we need to send it in. So that's what he did. He printed it out. I got that, filled it out the next day, put a stamp on it, and mailed it out. And I watched online again, for weeks and weeks. And this is the funny part. They applied it. It took about like a week and a half for it to show up online, but they did apply it to the family deductible. Now, They didn't apply it to my son's personal deductible, which apparently there is no such thing, but there is an annual family deductible, and they applied the $346 to the family deductible. I was so thrilled. I was beyond happy. I, as a mom, and I think a lot of you will understand this, as moms, that, you know, the mama bear came out of me, and I was going to do whatever it took to get this discount and get enough, you know, get this squared away. I was going to appeal it. I was going to just keep on going with it. Luckily, I didn't have to fight it too much, but I was going to go ahead and do whatever it took to try to get this discount and try to get the, you know, insulin for my son at a reasonable cost to our family. So, bottom line is I'm going to have to do this every month that I go get his insulin until I meet the $4,000 threshold. Now, we're a little over halfway done with the deductible. We're up to like maybe $2,100 or $2,200 right now for our annual deductible. So, you know, we're getting there. And I'll tell you something, as soon as the deductible is met, I am going to put the insulin on auto refill so that I get those 4 vials like this. You know, I mean, the next day that I am eligible, I will be hoarding it. I will be getting it and making sure that my son has, you know, enough insulin in the household. So I know this was a little long-winded, but I wanted to put it out there because I think GoodRx is a very, very good site. Again, I'm not sponsored, or they don't even know who I am, whatever. I think there's one more medical pharmacy discount online. I can't remember their name. I wish I did. I'll probably do a Google search and I'll put it down here. If I can find it, I'll put it to you. You know, give you guys that second option. But I wanted to come online here and tell you guys my personal experience, what happened, and would I recommend them? Absolutely 100%. They give usually between a 40 and 60% discount on your prescriptions. So I was seeing like one thing, I can't remember, I think it was Zoloft. It had like a table and you know, stuff. Something like it was normally $40 or $50 or something, and it was only $17. So there's a lot, like Crestor and Zoloft and all these other things, you know, blood pressure pills or anything else. Go ahead and do your research. Go on GoodRx first, and you can do this for free. You don't have to be a member. You can just go ahead and go in their database and search like an example of what your medication would cost with the GoodRx as opposed to without it, and do some research and see if it would benefit your family or yourself, obviously, to get this free card. I think it's absolutely fabulous that they have this available, and I think that the free marketplace is where people need to go. I think that's the competition that needs to take place so that we can get our medications at a reasonable cost. And I don't know what I would do if you know, I'd be unemployed, or I feel sometimes I'm underinsured because of, you know, meeting these high deductibles and things, but I just don't understand, and I dread how someone who needs insulin, what they would do, you know, to get it. I mean, I asked that question from the doctor one time. I said, how do people that don't have the income to sustain this, how do they do this? And he goes, well, there's some older versions, obviously not Humalog, but there's an older version, like a 70/30 Humalog or something, that Walmart sells, that's about $27 or $30 a vial. And he said it doesn't behave that well, and it doesn't do that well for, you know, some diabetics are good with it, some are not. And basically that's all that they have for diabetics to take, you know. And I just feel so helpless and so desperate in my mind for these people, you know, that they have to worry about this, you know, that their life is on the line and they have to worry about this. So anything that I can do to put the word out there for anyone to get a discount and to get better prices, I'm all about that. So anyway, guys, thank you for listening to me. I know this was a little long-winded, but thank you for listening to me, and I hope that you know, you pass this along and share it. Please share it to anyone that would find this information valuable, because I think that we all need to learn from each other, okay? Give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for your support. Please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell so that you're notified when I'm putting up videos every, you know, couple of times a week now. And I'm gonna go ahead and sip on my LaCroix and get back to relaxing on my deck, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.